going to start the test. Does anybody remember how many problems I actually went over the other day? But excluding the bonus, how many math problems did we actually do when we did the test? Does anybody remember? Okay, you looking in your notes probably. Hopefully you are. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get started. Preview. And you'll have to tell me if we went over one, like, you know, this is pretty simple. What?
One question.
How many?
One question. One.
You're kidding. We only went over one math problem?
That's what I got in my notes.
Oh.
The waterfall.
The waterfall. Okay. Okay, well then we'll just continue and I'll just try to do the whole test then, since we only went over one. But I won't go over the waterfall unless we have extra time. All right, so here, let me put on my handy dandy. And this is section 5.2, I think. And hold on just a second, I'm trying to give y'all as much. And you owe $2. You owe $3. And you have $7. So if you owe $5 and you have 7, then you have 2 in your pocket. So your answer is +2. Check answer shows you we got it right. That's just on the preview for me. That's not on y'all's test. Okay, if you look at your overall grade one day at the end of the semester and it has decreased, excuse me, from several days ago, what has happened? A 0 has been placed for a missed assignment. Next, does Schubert replace your lowest test grade with your final exam grade? No way, no how. The regular price of a TV, color TV, is $535.39. During the sale, Hill TV is selling the TV for $454. Determine the percent. This is a Walmart equation. Walmart equation. So this is the new price. That's the total price. This is before. Okay. So that's going to be $535.39 minus 535.39x is equal to 454.93. Why did I use a negative right there? Because it's a discount. It's on sale. Okay, now this is one way you can do it. I'm not going to say you have to do it this way, but I've found out that, you know, usually it's pretty easy when you do it this way. So I'm going to subtract 535.39. Subtract 535.39. And that gives me negative 535.39 is equal to, and that's going to be 454. Let me get my handy dandy calculator out. Hold on a second. See if I can use the keypad. It'll be a whole lot easier. 454.93 minus 535.39. Negative 80.46. Divide by negative 535.39. Divide by negative 535.39. And x is equal to, I'm going to divide by negative 535.39. And that gives me 15% off. So X is equal to 0.15, which is equal to 15% off. Oops, sorry, hold on. So let's check it out. The percent in decrease is 15%. We got it right. So if you do your method and you get 15%, if it ain't broke, don't what? Okay.
Don't fix it.
Don't fix it. If you got 15%, then you keep doing what you're doing. If you didn't get 15%, then your way does not work. And my way does. Next. In your grade book, to find your final grade after you have completed all your assignments at the end of the semester, what should you choose? Well, before they switched it, it was overall grade, but they switched it to default to overall grade because they got tired of people saying, "Where's my final grade?" Well, you hit overall grade. They got tired of people asking that, so they just defaulted it to overall grade. Perform the indicated operation without the use of a calculator. Okay. Handy dandy document cam. And that's going to be 3 million times 220,000. So that's going to be 3.0 times 10 to the 6th times 2.2 times 10 to the 5th. 3 times 2.2, or I'll just put parentheses around it, times 10 to the 6 plus 5. Now, I think y'all can handle this, okay? Please don't reach for a calculator with this. If you do this on a calculator, that's as wet that you might as well just tell me that you can't spell mom backwards. Okay? 6.6 times, glad I got it right, 10 to the 11th power. .6 shift 8. They want the asterisk, or what is it called? Is that an asterisk? What is that called? Is it that called an asterisk above the 8?
Yes.
I thought so. You know, sometimes you say something and you don't think it's completely right, like you spell a word and you don't think it looks right. I thought that was an asterisk. All right, 10, shift up arrow, and 11. And that should be correct. And you feel good about yourself. So you don't put on too much makeup and look like a Oompa Loompa. All right. If a student does not complete a homework assignment or test, what grade will be recorded? I had to make 3 of these, kind of 2 or 3 of these questions, because I had some students in the past that they would come up to me after grade turn in and act like they didn't know this. So that's why I'm putting 2 of the 3 of the same questions on the test, because if you go through my test and you write me at the end of the semester, let's say Miss Hatton don't like her grade, and she calls me or texts me, and she says, "I didn't know I got a 0." I'm going to ignore her text because she has answered this question several times on the test. So I'm just letting you know. Okay, here's a good test question. Now I'm going to blow this one up if I can, because we want to make sure. Yeah, that's a division and that's an addition. Sometimes you might have to use your, I think you can, this is within the test. You can blow it up. That won't blow up anything. So this question is 6/5 divided by parentheses 9/7 plus 9/28. Now, of course, you're going to do what's inside the parentheses first, but you got to have a common denominator. So I'm going to change this to a 28. And I'm going to do everything else in black. And I'm going to change that 7 into a 28. 7 will go into 28 4 times. 4 times 9 is 36. So now I'm ready to do what's inside the parentheses. So 6 divided by 5 divided by 45 divided by 28. And what do you do when you divide by a fraction? Anybody want to say it? This is where I want y'all to interact with me.
Flip it.
Multiply by the what?
Denominator.
Not the denominator. We already got the common denominator.
Is it the numerator?
No. What's it? Starts with a R.
Reciprocal.
Reciprocal, or the flip-flop. 28 over 45. And now you're ready to do the math. Now, you might the 3, you might could divide 3 into 45. That'll work. So I'm going to take my red marker, and 3 will go into 6 twice, and they are 15. But that's it. You're not going to be able to do anything else. So 2 times 28 is 56. And 5 times 15 is 75, I believe. And I don't think that's reducible, but we'll find out here in just, oh, they got multiple choice. 56 over 75. Oh man, I need to take that off. I shouldn't make multiple choice. What do y'all think? I'll take that off. I think I'll take that off. Y'all supposed to say, no, don't take that off. That's multiple choice. But y'all ain't gonna say nothing, so. Weaned on a pickle. The recommended daily allowance of niacin for adults is 20 milligrams. One serving of a certain breakfast, we did this in homework. One serving of a breakfast cereal provides 5 milligrams of niacin. What percent of the recommended daily blah, 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 blah? So it looks like to me that you're just going to say 5 is 20, or 5 is what percent of 20? So I'm going to write that out in a sentence question. 5 is what percent of 20? 5 is what percent of 20? Now, of course, y'all know it's 1/4, but we're going to do it legitimate because not all the time is it going to come out to be such easy numbers like 5 and 20. So is of equals percent over 100. Well, let's go to our handy dandy highlighters because I just love using highlighters. You know, y'all are so blessed to have a good teacher like me. I tell you what, all this animation and color, and it's just real nice to have, isn't it? Yes, Hubert, it's great. No,
It's very
Hubert, you
nice.
suck. All right. So there is that. And is there. And of is there. So now all we got to do is plug and what? Plug and chug. 5 over 20 equals x over 100. And just to cap it off, I'm going to go back. And I'm trying to show y'all that these problems are not difficult unless you what? Unless you make them difficult. And now we plug and chug, or crisscross, solve for x. So 20x is equal to 500 divided by 20 divided by 20. You don't have to do any calculating because that cancels, and that cancels. And 2 will go into 50 25 times. So 5 is 25% of 20. Of course, we knew that because we knew it was a quarter. But anyway, so that would be 25. Now, the thing about it is you may pull up this test tomorrow and this be a 60 and this be a 3. So, but you have one to go by. Next. Find the greatest common divisor. Here we go. 5.1. 5.1. Yeah, I'd go ahead and quit. I wouldn't even try it. 72 and 848. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. And they're both even, so I'm going to start with the 2s. 36, 4, 24. Both even, 2s. 18, 2, 1, 2. They're both even, 2, 9, 1, 0, 6. And I'm probably going to stop right there because the only, wait a minute, 3 won't go into 16. No, it won't. So 3 will go into 9, but 3 won't go into 16 because 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 won't go into 7. So, and you know you did the divisibility rules by now. You should. So at this point, the real math, what?
Stop.
Real math stops. So that means you got your whatever number they want first. I can't ever remember the name of it. The GCD. Okay? Real math stops. So your GCD is 8. 2 times 2 times 2. So now we're going to keep going with magic math. I'm going to divide. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to divide and get 1s. I want all 1s on the bottom. So I'm going to divide by 2. And that comes down. And that'll give me a 53. Ugh. 53 looks like a prime number. So I'm going to divide by 3. And that'll give me a 3. 3, 23. I think that's a prime number. And 3, 1, and 53. And I'm just going to divide by 53 because I don't see that being a composite number. So this BA number right here is your least common multiple. So that's going to be, I don't have any 5, so I can't use 10. So I'm just going to try to do this without a calculator. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 9. Whew, this is going to be a nasty number. 16 times 9 is what? 144. And 144 times 53. I have no idea, so I'm going to use a calculator. 144 times 53. It's kind of a yucky number, but that's what I come up with. 7632. I know the 8 is right, and the 7632 should be correct, but we'll check it. 8 and 7632. Okay. There we go. So it's correct. Next. If you miss a test question on a test and you believe it is correct, or the directions don't say specify, and you put a 0.5 and the answer is 1/2, and the directions don't say put it as a fraction or whatever, what do? This is what y'all do. Send several emails with the last one saying hello. That's what y'all do. But the answer is B. Next. Okay, the Earth is approximately 92,900,000 miles from the sun. If 1 mile equals 1.61 times 10 to the third meters, what is the distance to the sun in meters? Okay. Well, let's do this the easy way. Let's change this problem into an easy problem. Hold on. I'm standing right here. I'm standing right here. And I'm standing 20 feet away from you. How many meters is that if 1 foot equals 3 meters? Now, I know I'm doing it backwards, but I'm just trying to get you to understand what to do. What operation am I going to do with this right here? I'm going to multiply 3 times 20, right? I'm going to multiply. Okay? So in this problem, you're going to multiply. So what are you going to multiply? You're going to multiply the two BA numbers. Okay? So let's go ahead and multiply them. The first one is 9.29 times 10. Let's count. There's 6 and then there's 1, so that'd be 7. Times 1.61 times 10 to the third. So that's going to be 9.29 times 1.61 times 10 to the 7 plus 3. And of course, I don't know that number right there, those decimals. So I'm going to pull up my handy dandy calculator. And I'm going to clear it. 9.29 times 1.61. 14.9569. 14.9569 times 10 to the 10th power. Are we done?
No, we're not.
No. Why are we not done?
It's not in scientific notation yet.
Non-scientific notation. Good job. You are a winner. 1.49569 times 10 to the 10 blank 1. I move this in my head to the right. So my final answer is 1.49569 times 10 to the 11th power. So I would say D is in delta. Look up there. Next. -2 minus 6. You owe $2. You owe $6. You owe what? You owe $8. What should a student do if something happens and they're out of class for a week or a while? You wait until after grade turn in and then turn on the DAD syndrome. Oh. All right, 9 divided by 3 is what? What's 9 divided by 3?
I would have picked blame it on the Russians.
Yeah, the Russians did it. The Russians are a cause of everything that happens in your life that's not the way you want it. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then 4 minus 7. Because we're dividing, that's going to be 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3 times 10 to the negative what? -3. And that's going to be one answer, or they're going to probably want it in decimal. So 3, 1, 2, 3. Or 0.003. Next. And I'm probably going to go to the last minute on this class because let's see, what time's class over? Class is over at 12:10, so I'll probably be going to the last minute trying to get this test in. Oh my gosh, there's that same problem. Well, I'm going to have to take this one out. So what is it? That'll be 12 is what percent of 20? Actually, I knew that I had some duplicates in here, but I do that for a reason. To give y'all more what? Hopefully more points. Hopefully you won't get them both wrong. All right, so x over 100, I'm skipping a couple of steps, is equal to 12 over 20. So that's 20x is equal to 1200. Hold on before you reach for that calculator. And I'm sorry, that's 1200. Yeah, 1200. And cancel that out and cancel that out. How many times will 2 go into 20? 120. Dang old 60 times. So that's 60%. Perform the indicated operation. 20,000. I'm going to skip a step here. And I hate to skip steps, but I need to watch the time. I need to hurry up. So that's going to be 2.0 times 10 to the 5th divided by, let's see, there's 8 there. 4.0 times 10 to the 8th. There's 6 zeros, 7, 8. 4 zeros, be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. Sorry. And 2 divided by 4 is 0.5 times 10 to the 4 minus 8. And that's going to be 0.5 times 10 to the negative 4. Now, I don't know, they want scientific notation. So that's 5.0 times 10 to the negative 4 blank 1. Need to move that to the left. So that's 5.0 times 10 to the negative 5. Next. Perform the indicated operation. I'm going to do the same page. So how many zeros? Now these zeros are going to run together. So I got to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 4.0 times 10 to the negative 7th multiplied by 9.0, 1, 2, 3, 9.0 times 10 to the negative 3rd. And 4 times 9 is 36.0 times 10 to the negative 10. And that's going to be one place, 3.6 times 10 to the negative 10 blank 1 to the right, 3.6 times 10 to the negative 9th. Okay, prime factorization of 63. Prime factorization of 63. 63, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. Now remember, you can do this both ways. You can do it 2 or 3 different ways. You're going to get the same answer. Okay, you're going to get the same answer at the end. So if I start off with a 7, don't start going into convulsions. Okay, I'm going to start off with 7. 7 times 9 is 63. 3, 3, 3, 1. So 3 to the 2nd power times 7. 3, shift 6, and that's going to be 3 to the 2nd power times shift, I don't forgot, 7. Make sure you use shift 8. Make sure you don't type in an X. That ain't going to work. You got to type in shift 8, which is your asterisk. When does homework terminate? Toward the end of the unit. Write the fraction in lowest terms. Fraction in lowest terms is going to be 194 over 150. I know they're even, so I'm just going to start dividing by 2. 2 will go in there, what, 9 times? And that'll leave 14, I think. 7, 2 will go in there like 75. Check me and make sure I did that right. I got to have some more answers here because, yeah. Well, it looks like to me it's 97 over 75. Oh, I need to take that one off. That one's too easy. Although covered in the handouts, what is the best way to communicate? Well, now it's by Teams, but it was cell phone. Oh, I don't need to correct that. A computer can do a calculation in 1.4 times 10 to the negative 7 seconds. How long would it take the computer to do 1 trillion calculations? Okay, now be careful here. A computer, okay? Hubert can bake a cake in 1 hour or 2 hours. Hubert can bake a cake in 2 hours. How long would it take Hubert to bake 10 cakes? What do? You multiply, Hubert. That's right, class. Thank you for interacting. So I'm going to multiply.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. Times 10 to the 12th. And there is your setup. So that's going to be 1.4 times 10 to the negative 7 plus 12. 1.4 times 10 to the what, fifth? If you take several forms of a unit test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? He takes the highest grade and drops the lowest. National debt of a small country is 6,450,000,000. And the population is, we did this one in class, 2,457,000. What is the amount per person? So we're going to divide. Per means person. Divide. Okay, so that's 9 zeros, isn't it? Or 9 place values. So that's going to be, I'm trying to hurry, so that's going to be 6.45 times 10 to the 9th power divided by 2.457 times 10 to the 6th power. I ain't gonna try to do that first part. I'll just use a calculator there. And that's gonna be, I'm gonna try to use my keyboard. 6.45 divided by 2.457. 2.457. I get 2.62515 times 10 to the 9 minus 6. And that's 2.62515 times 10 to the 3rd. So that's going to be 2.625 times 10 to the 3rd. Next.
You go.
Say again.
I was talking to my dog.
Don't talk to your dog in this class. Dogs are not permitted. In June 2010, the population of a large country was 309. Go ahead and write this out. Was 309,700,000. So 309,700,000. Okay. The population of the world was 6,430,000,000. Okay. Determine the ratio by dividing the countries by the world. So this one is going to be 3.097 times 10 to the 8th divided by 6.43 times 10 to the what? Well, that'd be 9th. And grab your calculator. 3.097 divided by 6.43. That's going to be 0.48165. Times 10 to the 8 minus 9. 0.48165 times 10 to the negative 1. I'm going to move that one place. So that's 4.8165 times 10 to the negative 1 blank 1. That decimal is right there. I got to move it to the left. So 4.8165 times 10 to the negative 2, or 12.048165. I have no idea what they're going to ask for, so the ratio determine the decimal rounded to the nearest thousand. So 0.048. Next, and I'm hurrying. I know I got 8 minutes. Okay, add. Well, y'all should be able to do this one. Common denominator is 12. 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6. 12. 12. 4 will go into 12. 3 times 1 is 3. 6 will go into 12. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 over 12. $28. 4 over 5 times 13 over 14. Well, 2 will go into that 4. So 2 will go in there 7 times. And that's about it. 2 times 13 is 26. And 5 times 7 is 35. 26 over 35. $29. Why does Hubert not entertain, and if you write me an email at the end of the semester and you ask me for extra points to get you to the next grade, I will ignore it. Why? Because you've had 4 of these questions on the test. And it says, I give you extra points on each test by having 10 to 12 bonus questions like these. So 3 points apiece. 3 times 14 is what? I don't know, 42? I'm giving you 40 points on this test because there's 14 bonus questions and they're about 3 points apiece. So 3 times 14 is 42, I believe. So everybody's got a 42 on this test if you answer the bonus questions. And I drop your lowest 2 grades on each unit test, and I drop your lowest grade on your final. So don't be asking me for extra points. I don't need to correct that. Next, 30. Perform the following operation. Okay, so that's going to be point, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8.0 times 10 to the negative 5 divided by 4.0 times 10 to the second. And 8 divided by 4 is 2.0 times 10 to the negative 5 minus 2. And that's 2.0 times 10 to the negative 7. $2.0 times shift 8, 10, shift up arrow to the negative 7th power. What is Hubert's email address? The only one that makes sense. If the speed of light is 3.0 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, 3.0 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. How long does it take light to travel 229 times 10 to the 11th meters? So I think I'm going to multiply by 1 or 2.29 times 10 to the 11th power. So I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator and I'm going to go ahead and do 2.29 times 3. Well, I'm sorry. Let me clear this. 2.29 times 3. 6.87. 10 to the 8 plus 11. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. If the speed of light, no, wait a minute. We got to divide because we got to get rid of meters. We got to divide. If the speed of light, how long does it take light to travel? Okay, we got to take out the meters. All right, so this is what we do. I told you if you ever have per, make sure you put it over the unit. I told you that with that problem we did in class. So that means 3.0 times 10 to the 8th meters per 1 second. That means I've got to have meters in the bottom over here. And how long does it travel? Blah, blah, blah. So that'd be 1 over 2.29 times 10 to the 11th. And the meters cancel. And you're left with seconds. And that's what you're supposed to be left with. So 3.0 times 10 to the 8th divided by 2.29 times 10 to the 11th. Now I've got to divide. Find my calculator. Calculator, 3 divided by 2.29. I got 1.31. 1.31 times 10, 8 minus 11. And that's 1.31 times 10. 8 minus 11 is -3. And I don't remember seeing one of those as an answer. So I must have something. Okay, I've got something totally wrong here. If the speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second, how long does it take light to travel 2.29 times 10 meters? Well, the answer is either A or D, because it's in seconds. Okay, I'm missing something here. I don't know how they're getting 7.63. I thought it was multiplication.
It's still division. I think they put the 2.9 then divided by.
Well, they could do that too. Okay. 2.29 divided by 3. Let me see if that works. 2.29 divided by 3. That's it. I divided the wrong way. I'm sorry. Well, okay, this is what we need to do. Okay, if the speed of light how long does it take to travel? So they took 2.29. That's what they're doing. Okay. Let me ask you something. Let me just make it easier. That's what I should have done to start with. If you drive 50 miles per hour, how long will it take you to drive 200 miles? Okay? Well, you're going to divide. You're going to divide 200 by what? 50. That's the thinking here. And I just had it backwards. I'm sorry. So I'm going to divide 200 divided by 50, it's equal to 4 hours. Okay? If you drive 50 miles per hour, it's going to take you 4 hours to travel 200 miles. And I divided, see? So now I'm going to divide the distance. I'm going to divide the distance of 2.29 times 10 to the 11th. 2.29 times 10 to the 11th divided by 3.00 times 10 to the 8th. And that's going to leave, get my calculator back up, and I've lost my calculator. Hold on a second. 0.7633 times 10 to the third. And I'm going to move that over. 7.633 times 10 to the 3 blank 1 to the left. So 7.633 times 10 to the second power, or 763.3 whatevers. I don't know, it should be seconds. Sorry about that. I'm allowed one slip up. Okay, so 7.63 times 10 to the second could be seconds. Should be D. Sorry. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for that grade, what will that 0 do to your grade? It'll decrease it. It takes 4.5 gallons of paint to paint 3 classrooms. How much paint is required to paint 9 classrooms? All right. Now, this one you can do several different ways. I say it takes 4.5 gallons. This is the way I would do it. It takes 4.5 gallons of paint to do 3 classrooms. Equals X amount of paint to do 9 classrooms. Now that's the way I would do it. Cross multiply, and we get 3x is equal to 4.5 times 9. 9 times 0.5 is 4.5. 9 times 4 is 36, so that's 40.5. Somebody check that for me, please. 3x is equal to, no, wait a minute. Yeah. Somebody, what's 9 times 4.5?
40.5.
40.5.
All right, divide that by 3, please. And I don't think that's right, but we'll see.
13.5.
13.5. So it should take 13.5. Thank God. I thought I was running out of, I thought the only answers was A, B, and C. Whew. 13.5. Next. Oh, there's your sentence problem. What is 19% of 45? So that's your sentence problem. What is, you got 19, that goes over 100. Of is 45, is X. 100x is equal to 45 times 19. Well, 45 times 20 will give you 900 or 90, right? Let's see. 20 will be 900. So 900 minus 45 is 855. Somebody check me and see if it's 855.
Correct.
And you don't need to do it by a calculator because anytime you divide by 100, you just move the decimal 2 places to the left. Should be 8.55. And we gotta hurry because we already over. So I'm gonna just show you the last 4, okay? There's the planet with the scientific notation. Okay, I think you're going to divide there. I'm not sure. Convert the mixed number. 3 times 1 is 3. That's 8/3. Next. Perform the indicated operation. We did that one in class, and I think we did one like that in the homework questions. Next. And that's United States. And that's 20, the only one that equals 100. And 1/9 multiplied by 9, 1 over 9, multiply this 1 over 81. So 1 over 81. And that's basically it. Submit test. I think I skipped 2. I skipped 3. And that should be the only ones I got wrong. Yep. And I got a 93. Okay, who's got questions? All right, you should be able to finish the test now, but I will have questions open. Let's see, today is what, Wednesday? Yeah, I stopped the test and the homework on Friday, so you should be able to send questions for homework questions on Friday. Any questions? And you're welcome.
Thank you.
I gave y'all an extra 2 days. See y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.